You've got 10 people on a server, you can't sleep, make it daytime, nobody's gonna care. Maybe people will care, but it's a time banana, so who cares? Hello guys, this is Spyderrock and welcome to the Crazy Tools add-on by me for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. This is an add-on that adds in 25 new tools to your game that allow you to do all kinds of interesting and I guess crazy, because that fits in the name, things, including break things faster and do things better and cooler. I'm not going to do my whole like normal spiel about like subscribe and whatever, although you should subscribe, because we have a lot to cover, so I think I'm going to hop right into it. Let me just go ahead and hop into survival for a second. I don't know why I wasn't in survival already. Anyway, as always, there will be a link to download this in the description. I'm so excited to finally do this. Let's hop right into this. So here is everything that the add-on adds. And I think we should probably start with the pickaxes, because it adds in, you know, pickaxes, axes, shovels, hoes, a bunch of other interesting tools, including a time banana. But you're gonna have to wait till the end to see that. Now, all of these will be craftable using a crafting table, perfectly normally. If you see here, just scroll down the crafting table and you can craft all of them. So I'm not gonna go over recipes, but let's start out with the boost pickaxe. So the boost pickaxe is fairly like an average iron pickaxe with maybe a little bit more durability, but when you interact with it, you get haste, a very high level of haste for, I believe it's haste 10 for 6 seconds, something like that. And then you can go back to just using it normally, and then you can go into boost mode. However, boosting it does use 4 times the durability of breaking one block. Not for every block you break, I mean, but like that, breaking a block like that uses 1 durability, but going into boost mode, the act of going into boost mode uses 4 durability, but you can continue using boost mode to get that boost. But let's say you only want to break 1 block, you don't have to waste that durability to break that 1 block as much as you would for other things. So anyway, let's move on to the next one here, which is the heavy pickaxe. The heavy pickaxe has quite a few features. The primary feature being that when you break netherite or obsidian or a couple other blocks, I believe it's netherite, obsidian, and crying obsidian, it breaks them way faster than anything else. So you can see how fast I'm doing this, and this is with an unenchanted heavy pickaxe. So like a netherite pickaxe even still takes a while to break obsidian, but this breaks it, I think, at like 6 times the speed or 8 times the speed or something like that of a netherite pickaxe, which is pretty neat. And you can also use the heavy pickaxe to essentially smash down your stone. Well, it also, I'd like to mention, heavy pickaxe doesn't work as a normal pickaxe on anything else, only on these couple heavy blocks, but it's great if you need a bunch of obsidian. But you can also smack whatever it's called, stone into cobblestone and cobblestone into gravel. You can kind of dematerialize it. I don't know, I thought that would just make sense, because like you hit it, it's heavy, and it breaks. Anyway, next up we have the ice pick. So the ice pick is a fairly regular iron pickaxe for the most part, except when you're mining ice, which pretty much insta-mines all ice. Let me go ahead and put water here, which can be useful if you're trying to collect a bunch of ice. However, it doesn't pick up the ice. You do still need to put silk touch on the pickaxe, but I thought it would be neat, and it's pretty cheap. It's just like, I believe, an iron pickaxe plus 2 nuggets, so you might as well get this over an iron pickaxe unless you only have 3 iron. Anyway, next up here we have the thick axe. This is a pickaxe that seems, it's got the durability of a diamond pickaxe, but functions like an iron pickaxe for the most part in its speed. However, when you walk up close to some blocks, watch this, watch this. Bam! It just breaks all of them just like that. So it breaks in a 3x3 area around you, or 3x3x3 area around the player, all of the blocks, so it allows you to tunnel like this. It doesn't do it based off of where you're breaking. It does it based off of like you. So like if I did this, it wouldn't do it, but if I went up and stood right next to it, it breaks all of them. And you can also use this to break pretty much any block. So if I wanted to break all of these right here, bam, I could just smash through all of them. That's why it's the thick axe. It does cost over a diamond block to make though, so it is pretty expensive, but it is, I would recommend it. I would like to mention that if you have like fortune or silk touch, it will not fortune or silk touch any blocks except for the one you break. Anyway, next up we have the axe pick, which is an axe and a pickaxe. It's the best and worst of both worlds. So you can use it to mine through, say, stone pretty normally, and you can use it to maybe strip wood or mine through that stripped wood. But it doesn't necessarily work on all items, like crafting tables, for example, or chests. It functions, I think, on most pickaxe things, but not most axe things. It's more of a pickaxe focus, since the axe has the ability to strip things. So it's not as good as an axe or a pickaxe. However, you might as well make it if you want to have both of them them at the same time, and you don't want to have to worry about things. Anyway, let's grab ourselves the rest of the stuff here. In this top row, we've got axes, shovels, and hoes. So let's start out with the fire axe. The fire axe functions as a fairly regular axe. You know, you can strip stuff, you can break through things. However, where it really shines is breaking through, I guess, planks and stuff. It pretty much insta-mines planks, and it can do this to most, like, things like your doors and your trapdoors and your whatevers. It can pretty much just insta-mine straight through all of these blocks. It's made for, like, processed woods, I guess, and processed blocks you can mine through quickly, because let's say, like, you're a firefighter, you need to quickly get into that house. But let's say for things like this, like stripped wood, strip logs, it's not going to be as good for things like that. Anyway, next up we have the pirate shovel, which is your fairly average shovel. It's actually a pretty solid shovel, but it can insta-mine sand pretty much. So it's just a really good shovel for mining sand. You know, if you're a pirate, you're probably digging up sand on beaches. So if you need a bunch of sand, or if you need to find a buried treasure, you can use a pirate shovel. Next up we have a snow shovel, which yet again, pretty solid pickaxe all around, but pretty much insta-mines snow, so it's pretty solid for that too. So pirate shovel and snow shovel, similar, except one is for sand and the other is for snow. Next we have the cropinator, which is sort of like your ultimate hoe, so to speak. This is your level above netherite hoe. It's a little bit more expensive, and you can use it to hoe a 3x3 area. So if you want to, I can show you guys better. It also does other hoe functions like breaking leaves and stuff, but you can go 3x3 area with this. So if you need to make a really big farm really quickly, or if you want to have like a whole like shoreline filled with like hoe stuff or crops or whatever, you can quickly and easily just do that entire thing. And of course it has durability when breaking blocks, although since it's a really fancy hoe, you don't have to worry about durability when doing the hoe thing. That's definitely not because I don't know how to do it. It's definitely a feature. All right, we should move on. I'm gonna go ahead and /kill and /clear. So I'm gonna grab this next row of things, which are generally useful items, but they're not like game changing. They're not gonna make you a Minecraft god, but they are still very useful and very good. I guess they are kind of game changing. We've got, first up we have the brick breaker. So the brick breaker allows you to break bricks really quickly. It pretty much exclusively breaks bricks quickly. It's not like a pickaxe or anything else. It just breaks bricks quickly. That is a tongue twister. But let's say you have something like this stone brick right here. You can also smack it to turn that stone brick into cracked stone brick. So it's just a general like building tool. If you're building a big build with lots of bricks, you'll probably want to use the brick breaker. So if you mess up, you can quickly, you know, fix your problems, and then when you're done, you can easily texture your builds. This is my build right here, just these 3 stone bricks, and then I can easily texture it just like that, and then bam, we have a really fancy build, really high quality stuff. Anyway, next up here we have the syringe. So I'm actually going to want to take a little damage. So let's just TP at B, squiggle, squiggle, 15 squiggle. There we go. That should be enough damage. Yeah, there we go. So this thing will essentially heal your entire health bar, but it's only got one use essentially. So when I can use it, it refills my whole health bar. Then we get an empty syringe, and if we go to craftable, you can see you can refill the syringe with a you can refill the syringe with a glistering melon. I always say that wrong, and a golden carrot. And you can also carry as many of these as you want just on you in general, and then when you're low on health, you can quickly jump back up to full health. All right, next here is the snorkel. So the snorkel allows you to breathe underwater while using it, though it does have limited durability. So I can go ahead over here, for example, I can test it. I'm down here, I'm not using the snorkel, I'm just holding it, and we are losing health bubbles. But as soon as I right click on it or interact with it, you get 1 second of water breathing. So if you just right click it, left trigger, hold down the screen every second, you will be able to swim as much as you want. You could even let your health bubbles go down a little bit and then use it to get your health bubbles back up, and then let them go down a little bit and then just snorkel, and then your health bubbles, or whatever these are called, water bubbles, air bubbles makes a lot of sense, go back up, and then yep, this is craftable pretty easily. I don't know why I said yep there. I said that really weird. I keep saying things weird. I don't know. I haven't recorded a video in like a whole day or two, so I know that doesn't sound like much, but it feels like a lot. Anyway, next up here we have the weed whacker. So let's say you want to clear out, see how this land here is like all clear and nice, it would be good for building, but let's say you want to clear out all of these like little bushes and stuff to make a pretty solid build. You just use the weed whacker and they all go away. I'm pretty sure it's a 30 block by 30 block area around the player. that it gets rid of all of the grass, the tall grass, the flowers, everything like that to make it optimal for building. I think the in-game name is the lawnmower, but I changed it to a weed whacker because I felt like it was more fitting. But yeah, you can just use this to get rid of pretty much all of the grass, the flowers, things like that in the area, so you can make a quick and easy build. Here, let me do a /kill. Next up here is the path maker. So if you want to make, say, a really big path from like a village to another village, or from your house to your friend's house, you can pull out a path maker, and the path maker will make a 3x3 path around the player just like that. And you can just hold down the path maker and make yourself a really nice big path wherever you run. So as long as you're holding right click left trigger or holding on the screen or whatever, you can make a nice big path. And then as you can see here, I've made a really nice big curvy path. However, it doesn't just work on this, it also works on stone, as well as it turns dirt into coarse dirt, I believe. Here, we've got some dirt over here I can test it on. But yeah, it'll turn dirt into coarse dirt, and then it will turn stone into gravel, and then grass into grass paths. So you can make a path on pretty much any regular surface. I was thinking about making a version of this for the Nether, but I didn't feel like anybody would really use it. Anyway, next up is the Pearl Sniper, one of my personal favorite things in this add-on, which allows you to teleport to wherever you're looking. So I can zoom in over here just with my mod thing I have, Optifine kind of thing. And let's say I want to go over here. Well, I can just aim at that and then just interact, right click, whatever, and I get teleported there. I can aim over here, bam, I'm over there now. Just as long as your crosshair can be on it. It's pretty much as long as it's in render distance too. I died. You can easily teleport it just like that. It's like a little sniper, and it's for pearls. It's a pearl sniper. I don't know how to describe it better than that, but yeah, you can teleport yourself around. I would recommend having on like some, whatever it's called, feather falling armor. Not the feather, what's the thing? Yeah, I guess it is called feather falling. Is it called feather falling? Yeah, and then slow falling is the other thingy. Feather falling is the enchantment, right? I recommend it because you don't take the pearl damage, since it is basically firing an ender pearl, as you can see. I don't even know if you can see that. It goes so fast, but probably for a split second. But yeah, you can just kind of teleport around. But anyway, next up here we have the light placer, which there isn't anywhere really that good to place some light, so maybe I'll do it down here. It places a 3x3 area of maximum power light blocks. So you can just light up whatever area you need. It seems pretty dark down here. Well, I can just throw it on my light placer and make it immediately lighter and brighter. And it does have infinite durability, I do believe. So you can just kind of place a light wherever you want to. It may look unnatural at times, but it's really good for like exploring caves and stuff. And I'd recommend this if you have the Miner's Dream add-on installed that I made. You know, shout out to myself because I can. But you can use it to pretty much place light wherever you want, especially good for caving. This next one here is the ore upgrader. So I've went ahead and grabbed myself a couple ores, and this works with every ore, including netherite. Here, let me go ahead and give myself an ancient debris as well, just to show you. And this essentially allows you to upgrade ores into blocks of themselves. So we've got this gold ore here. Pardon my texture pack as well, I like it. But yeah, you can just right click on the ore or interact with it however you would interact with something, and bam, you upgraded it. So I just turned that golden ore into a gold block. I can turn this diamond ore into a diamond block, and this not netherite, or what's this called, ancient debris, into a, I believe I have this called a debris block. Yeah, and then you can decraft the debris block into netherite scraps. And then also, if you want to, you can craft these netherite scraps back into a debris block. It won't show up here because it's a block and it's kind of weird. But if you really want to, 9 ancient debris makes a debris block, and you can, I didn't want to use netherite blocks for it. I thought that would be a little bit too OP, because that's essentially like what, like four ancient debris upgrades. So I thought it would make most sense if I just added a new block. It's not that amazing of a block, but it functions as its purpose to be decrafted into netherite scraps. All right, and now for our last row of items. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these, and these are some of my favorites, actually probably my favorite items, all of these in my hands right now. So we have the Phantom Key first, which you can't really see what it does, but when I use it, it says disabled phantoms, and it says enabled phantoms. And it pretty much just enables and disables the insomnia game rule that makes phantoms spawn. So let's say you're fed up with having to deal with phantoms every night. Who needs phantoms when you have a Phantom Key? Get rid of phantoms, and they can be gone. And when you have the little enchantment glint on the Phantom Key, that means that it's disabled, or yeah, and then you can enable them by just interacting with it again, just using it just like that. And then let's say you do that, you can go ahead and put your Phantom Key away, and oops, you can put your phantom key, your enchanted phantom key, whatever, away in whatever chest you want, and you can just leave it as is, and then in the future, if you want to enable phantoms, if you feel like you need the resources or anything, you can grab it. Next up here is the OP key, which is pretty similar to the phantom key, except it enables OP mode, or op mode, I believe is what it's supposed to be called, what I'm supposed to call it. So it disables fire, drowning, and fall damage. So I don't know, it's probably going to take a while to drown, but I can say /set block fire, and then we won't take any fire damage. I don't know where I can jump off of this up here. You can still run out of air, but nothing happens when you run out of air. We don't take any fall damage or any fire damage, but as soon as I disable op mode, we start taking a lot of fire damage and of course a lot of fall damage. Let's say I don't want to die of this, and I can swap midair and not die of fall damage because I don't think I swapped fast enough. But yeah, it essentially enables and disables that mode, and then you can have anyone use it and they'll send that message to everybody's chat that they disabled or enabled op mode that disables or enables fall damage, drowning damage, and fire damage. Next up here we have the item sucker. So this will suck in all items, I believe within 20, maybe 30 blocks of the player to your location, as well as the item sucker also sucks in your experience. So let's say you just like took out a raid or something, you don't want to run around collecting all of the random axes and experience and emeralds that you got, or in my case you accidentally dropped all of your diamonds on the floor and you don't know how you're gonna ever have the time to pick it up. Well, you just grab yourself an item sucker and suck all nearby items. Let me go ahead and over here and grab these as well into your inventory, so they just get sucked up to you and then you pick them up. It's pretty simple. It also works with experience, but it's really useful, I think, especially maybe if you have like the miner's dream or something and you're using the builder's dream. Break all those blocks and suck them all into you. Bam, all good. So next up here we have the mob sucker. Let me go ahead and spawn in some mobs just to show you what this does. I'm actually going to go into creative for this because this is pretty fun. So if I just go ahead and hold down my interact button, you can see I'm sucking in all the nearby mobs into my location. I believe this one does 30 and the other one does 20, but I can suck them all up to here, and then you can go wherever you want with them. You can use this to transport any kind of cattle, you can use it to transport villagers, or you can do what I do, which is go into creative, put a bunch of husks in your inventory, and then make them all fall to their own demise. And then they all fell. And then we can use our item sucker, bam, and then collect all this stuff, which is pretty neat. Next up here we have the dash. I don't know how to explain this. Here, let me go back into survival. I don't know how to explain this other than it makes you dash. It does have a 10-second cooldown though, so watch this. Bam. Dash, you get a speed dash, a little speed boost, cover a large area of ground in a small amount of time. You gotta wait for the 10-second cooldown to end, and then bam, bam, there we go. We can dash again. So it's pretty simple, but it's pretty useful, and I would definitely carry one of these once I start using this in a survival world. I'll definitely carry one of these around just for a traversal, get my little dashes in whenever I can. Or if you, let's say if we have this cow over here, let's say this cow is actually a zombie, it's trying to attack me, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to get attacked. Bam, just dash out of there. It's not going to be able to catch up to you. Well, unless you have like an add-on on that makes it really fast, I don't know. And then we have the leap, which is very similar to the dash, except it makes you leap. You give some levitation and some slow falling, or what? Yeah, slow falling too. And it'll just essentially launch you into the air and then make you fall down, which it didn't do for some reason just then. There we go. It just launches you into the air and then you can slowly fall down. It's really good for combining with a dash, because what you can do is you can dash, and then the second your dash runs out, you can start using your little leap just to cover ground, and then by the time you're at the floor, your dash and leap are both almost cooled down enough that by the time your dash is done, then you can leap again. It's kind of a whole thing, but they're both pretty useful, especially working in conjunction. I want to head back over here so I can use my Effectorizer, which I want to spawn in some husks just to show you what it does. So this Effectorizer essentially gives all mobs, players, and pretty much any entity within a 20 block radius the same effect. So I can use it, we all get jump boost. I want to see if I can get one of these guys to, yep, there we go, he jumped. And it's got a couple seconds of a cooldown. So there we go, we've got all of these effects happening right now. It's just kind of chaos, It's just kind of chaos, and it's kind of fun. You can use it I believe every second maybe. And it's a way to like put everybody on even ground. Oh, now we all have swiftness and strength, and we're going up into space, and I feel like we're all gonna die eventually. I don't know what's happening. I want to just see what happens. Oh, are we gonna fall? How much? Okay, levitation. Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Maybe I'll get lucky and get nope, I didn't get levitation again. All right, so that's the Effectorizer. Just gives all mobs and players in the vicinity a random effect just for fun. And then finally, the thing you've all been waiting for, the time banana. This allows you to bend time to your wealth. Simply use the time banana and you jump ahead in time a little bit, and you can just keep using it. You let's say it's like dusk, it's almost day or morning or whatever. You can just simply use this thing to cycle through time. It's nighttime, I don't want to deal with mobs. I'm gonna just make it daytime. If you've got 10 people on a server, you can't sleep, make it daytime. Nobody's gonna care. Maybe people will care, but it's a time banana, so who cares? Time banana moment. Anyway, thanks for watching if you made it to here. Please download this add-on. I put a lot of time and effort into it and stuff. I really hope you enjoy it too. I hope it goes well with other add-ons I've made, and I guess that's kind of the goal. I will probably include this in a pack sometime soon with all my add-ons. Anyway, thanks for watching if you made it to here. See you guys later, and bye.